This is the frame. Spent a fair bit of, I guess, cash on spray cans and stuff, but it's paint stripped down to bare metal, undercoated, sanded, undercoated a couple of times, wet and dry. Then it's had a couple of top coats put on. It's had one wet and dry sand and another top coat was put on just the other day, so it's taken a little time, but I plan on getting top coats and clear coats on by the end of next week, so yeah, it's looking pretty good. Have to hang it up in my little shed because it's a pain getting into all those little nooks and crannies. This is the master cylinder. Gave it a good sand and a polish and a clean up. Got it unstuck. It was all seized up, so that's all working good again. Gave it a couple of coats of paint. Still needs a wee bit of finish off. I polished the bolts, polished the alloy handle, the lid. That's going to get another polish because it's they only went down to 800. I know 1600 wet and dry on that one. But that one's coming along. Various bits and pieces in here which need attention. This is the exhaust. Had a whole bunch of rust holes around the welds. Going to put some tape on it eventually, but this is only temporary because I took it down to pit stop to get fixed, the welds, the holes, and they ended up gas welding it, and I'm not very impressed with the finished result. It looks a little bit crap. So that's the first one. You know, it looks really dodgy as. I'm not a welder. I can weld, but you know, I don't profess to know anything about it. But that's the other one. I mean, you tell me. It probably looks alright for temporary, but you know, is that a good weld? To me, that looks like a 5-year-old did it. Anyway. Onwards and upwards. They'll be good for temporary. The wheels, these are going to be reused. I'm not going to do anything with those, just going to clean them up and polish up the wheels, maybe paint the black bits again. Yeah, so wheels, don't know how old those tyres are. I'm guessing they haven't been used for a while. The engine, so it was in pieces. I've polished up to a certain degree the covers, clutch covers, other bits and pieces. That's the starter motor cover, that's the top cover. It's all polished up. What I'm going to do is paint the engine black. It needs to go outside for a water blast first. A good brake clean strip and water blast. That's pretty much on the cards for, I'm not going for a ride next weekend, so probably not till the weekend after. But all that's going to be painted black. I'm going to definitely spend more time on the polish. These tappet cover bolts are going to be painted black. Yep, so that's the engine. I don't even know if it goes yet, so maybe that's what I should try and do first. But it definitely needs a further clean. Alright, so we'll get there. It's looking okay. And a box of goodies over here. There's the mufflers. You know, they came up alright with a nice bit of sandpaper, bit of a clean up. So these are pretty ugly when I pulled them out, but they're nice and clean now. So I've done a lot of cleaning, a lot of polishing. Carburetors, I'm going to drop those off when I drop my bike off to get winder fitness next week, so they'll get done. Pretty need a new kit and everything, good clean. Picked up some mirrors, so these are some new mirrors, well not new ones but new second hands off Trade Me, because one of the originals, I'll show you in a minute, one of the originals, not that one, the glass on it had deteriorated and faded away, so I've got some nice new originals. The steamers need to be polished up, clean, but yeah, at least I've got some decent mirrors on it now. All the stuff's ready to be sanded and painted. Just gotta get my arse into gear and do it. And brackets, triple trees. The sprocket's buggered. It's been well used. Got to get a new set. So I haven't organised that yet, but we'll get to it. You can see the wear on it. Definitely no good putting a new chain on that. And that's pretty much it, really. What else have we got going on here? A bucket of bits that have been put through the ultrasonic cleaner. They still need to be painted, so I'll be getting around to that sooner or later. Air filter should be on its way. I thought I'd ordered it, but must have just got carried away and not. As you know, there's a nice new seat. Back brake light, I think it's a bit dodgy. You might get a new one. It's a few cracks and it's a bit smoky. So who knows? Bracket needs to be cleaned up anyway. So handlebars, nothing changes about that. It's all pretty average. And the paint, I haven't decided. Am I going to keep the original paint pattern, or am I going to go for a nice bright red? So I've got to take that off, the petcock off, and get that replaced or repaired. I don't even know if it's working.